Welcome to Paracord Pals and Heroes. These are some of the items that I plan to use in making a HAWKEYE Paracord Bracelet. Check them out. There's a piece of wire also in here. Everything's going to be explained in the video. Thank you. Hello everybody, this is Courtney Holmes. Welcome to Paracord Pals and Heroes. We're going to make us a HAWKEYE Paracord Bracelet today, and it starts with the double wide Solomon bracelet of this particular color, but this one. So get your black done. And this one has dark midnight blue accents as the additional core color. I did a few concepts on this before I jumped into this one with you, and I'm gonna do this one as lightly for you and as fast as I can. Some of y'all should understand, I think of everybody watching this channel as somebody that has a little bit of ups on everybody else, and you're a little bit more experienced. Some things I explain to you, and some I figure you guys could understand on your own and figure things out. And if you've watched a few of these, if you followed me quite a bit, you'll see that I do most of the same techniques every time. Yeah, beware of that person who has practiced the same kung fu kick 10,000 times. All right, there you have it on some inside eyes. Start in the middle, counting your double Solomon knot sets. Start in the middle between the sets. Make some standard eyes using these have 2 double knot set width. They're not 3s way over here. Big-eyed person there. They're like so. Come in. Go behind here, your center nose, come out and go back up adjacent to the same thing you did here. Okay? Same way. This is the look from the back. Sport giving him these black metal buckles. Now, on this one, making his mask, I'm gonna go behind the bridge of the nose with this, and And I'm going to do this in a couple of different parts and come back to you. This is gutted here. It's got wire on the inside. I'm going to bring this all behind the bridge of the nose. I pre-bent it, as you can see. It's going right here. If you use, and this is our bendable wire, if you use a real sturdy wire, it could puncture, permeate your paracord. Now this one, like I said, I was coming right behind the bridge of the nose here, over the eyes like his mask does have. It's got peaks here, okay? And it comes down after that, going up behind the eyes. Okay? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this a little bit, about a ½ inch on each side, and lock this down. Okay, about a ½ inch on each side, and lock this down. Okay, and I'll be right back. Thank you. Okay, back here. I'm looking at the camera, and I'm looking down and below my eyes here. And this is indeed a purple, a really crazy acid purple also. Purple, and the Sharpie is purple. I don't know what it's looking like that on the camera for, but I have to tell you what's happening. Alright, I've did that. I've cut it here, and you're only looking at about maybe 3 inches of the bendable wire that's inside, the bendable little bar, about 3 inches here. This entire setup here of the mask, you've got about 3 to 4 inches on the white, his eyes, and the mask itself, you've got about 7 or 8 inches here. And this is coming down as we did before. It goes behind the bridge of the nose. It comes down in a curve. Okay, it comes down in a curve and goes up under the eyes to come out the back. Okay, there they are there. Adjust it to size so that you can see what's going on. Adjust it to size, and then I took a small H and Loctited it down in the area that he has his H on. And depending on how I can mix some purple, I'll either paint this or I'll use some of the Sharpie, and that's a nice purple as it goes anyway. So I don't know. One's a little bit better, but you know how we say it in orthopedics, the enemy of good is better. Can you understand that? The enemy of good is better. So you have a really good fracture fixed, but you think you can be God and you can make it better than good. And that's when you screw up and you break somebody's bone more than you had it when they came in the hospital, and you done screwed up. So the enemy of good, you got to know when to stop and say, hey, that's good enough. That's when you got to, that's what that's about. But There are times when you have to make things better and you know you could do it. Not that you couldn't have did it the first time. You know, do it right the first time, Sergeant. Yeah, we had to say that in basic training one time. 150 guys saying that sounds really good in a cadence. But take your time and you decide how you want to make that H. And like I'm showing you, this is pretty good. And I still may paint it just to see what it'll look like. Now, from my eyes, everything's the same color shade of purple here. But I'm looking at up on the camera here, and I can see the purple H, but this, as I said, the cord itself looks blue for some reason. So you'll see it when you're putting it together, just like I am. Okay, well, that's one stage we've done, right? So I'm going to make something to go on the side here. Not that we actually have to. Take some nice purple sticky felt on one of these tags. This particular one is the one that's about the size of a quarter. Okay, press that on all the way around in a circle. And I'm going to trim this, right? And what I like to do is to put those arrows that I've selected onto it and make some kind of a emblem for it. He's a bow and arrow guy. His unique arrows, and he only carries 13 of them, I understand. He does a hell of a lot of retrieving. They have a serious boomerang action going to where they return to him. But each one is somewhat different to be used by him the way he prefers to use them. And for what he means to do with them. By that I mean the arrow almost thinks with him. But we'll get back on him in a minute. And this is my intention on here. Make something with these odd shaped arrows that I have. Make him some kind of banner or something. So I'm gonna look that back up and see how I'm gonna have that, and I'll be back with you guys in a minute. Thank you. Okay, got our Hawkeye put together. He's all set. This is what he looks like on the back. Yeah. Let's see. This guy grew up. That's Clint Barton, that is. Grew up abusive father, drunk father. Messed around. Got in an accident, killed himself and the mother. Left Clint and his brother Barney out as orphans. Something they just couldn't deal with. They jumped up, bust a move over the ship, and took off running. Went to the circus where they hung out, did odd jobs, and Clint pretty much got adopted by some of the people in the circus. They started teaching him all kind of things, you know, the weaponry and all kinds of acrobatics and things like that on the sly. And he, you know, took to them also. He grew up in the circus and decided he'd run his own deal. That's one of the greatest archers. He himself thought he was the best archer in the world. And he had this thing going on for a minute till some dude named Iron Man showed up in a full-suited costume and got all the attention and kind of irked Clint a little bit. He didn't like that at all. So he went out and decided he'd make himself a suit and a mask, and hence Hawkeye was born. Said about, and he says, well, I like to be a superhero like the rest of these guys. And he's doing his thing, and he ends up accidentally being accused of crime and everything. He's just a bandit as far as the rest of these people figured, you know, the police. So he had to prove himself and his innocence. And in the midst of that, he made up with Iron Man, Tony Stark, and the rest of the crew joined the Avengers. What can you say about this guy? He was doing his whole situation. Oh yeah. And he used some of that Tony Stark stuff to get some of the ingenuity and all the hidden secrets, and most likely some piece of a share of vibranium and nanotechnology, to whereas he could make his own arrows. Now I'm not gonna get into making Iron Man technology with our Hawkeye here and get into things, or even make him a bow and everything, but he's got everything down packed to do his thing. And I think he comes out with us here on the channel with a very nice simple bracelet put together, hugged up, black and purple paracord, and we got us a damn Hawkeye right here. Now I don't know what their plan is gonna be for him in the future. He's that's why I didn't want to get into it. He's got a very controversial thing about him, some of the stuff behind the scenes, even the characters that play him in the series. And so I'm not going to get into that, or any relationship he has. He's got more relationships than Hugh Hefner did. And that's about as much as I can say on that. But Hawkeye's got his situation out here, and you just look up and about, you hear that psst of an arrow go by, and you'll know that he's hit you with that no-look bow shot that he does. But this guy doesn't have any superpowers or anything like that. He's not a mutant or anything. He just got a brilliant state of mind and some good ingenuity behind him. And he's got natural talent and abilities on his senses, especially his senses, because he's got a damn good eyesight, far better than an eagle, some might say. And that's hence his name or what he does. Well, I created this fan-based paracord bracelet here for you to try. You should be able to make this one pretty simple. And y'all give me some comments on what you think about this. I'd like to hear from you. And thank you for coming here, Paracord pals and heroes, this afternoon. Me and some dude will, we dig hanging out with you here. Come back and see me again. God bless you. Have a good day out there, y'all. Have a good day. Thank you. Hello, everybody. It's Courtney Holmes. Welcome to Paracord Pals and Heroes this afternoon. I appreciate your support, showing you plenty more bracelets in the future. Come on back, y'all. This old vet got a lot more to give. God bless. Have a nice day. Hey, everybody. This is Courtney. Thank you for watching my YouTube channel. Come again next time. I'll see you then. Thank you a lot. Well, here we are at the end of the video. Here we have Hawkeye, the serious archer, avenger. All right. His shield of arrows. Real quick one to do. Hawkeye.